Greetings everyone. You're watching the channel Aviation Obsession. Get ready to soar through the skies and witness an exhilarating face-off between two aviation titans. In one corner, we have the magnificent Airbus A350-900, and in the other, the awe-inspiring Boeing 787-10. Buckle up and join us on a thrilling journey as we delve into the heart of this epic rivalry. From performance to passenger experience, we'll explore every aspect of these cutting-edge aircraft, unveiling their strengths, weaknesses, and everything in between. Are you ready to witness the ultimate showdown? Let's take flight and discover the captivating clash of the Airbus A350-900 versus the Boeing 787-10. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for future uploads. Without further ado, let's get started. Both aircraft may have similar capacities, but the Airbus has a clear edge over its Boeing rival. It's important to consider that the A350-900 was introduced several years before the 787-10, which may contribute to its advantage. While we won't cover every milestone, let's highlight some key dates in their timelines. In January 2003, Boeing unveiled its project, initially called the Boeing 787. Then, in April 2004, the 787 program took off with All Nippon Airways as its first customer. The A350 program was launched in July 2005, initially based on the A330. However, after gathering customer feedback, Airbus introduced a revised design in July 2006, featuring a wider fuselage made of composite materials. Moving on to the Boeing side, the first Dreamliner, the Dash 8 variant, was delivered to ANA in September 2011, slightly delayed from the original target. Then, in June 2013, Boeing announced the launch of the 7-10, which is a stretched version of the Dash 9. Fast forward to January 2015, when the A350-900 entered service with Qatar Airways, and in March 2018, the first 787-10 was delivered to Singapore Airlines. From this simplified timeline, it's clear that the A350 was a response to the Dreamliner, arriving a few years later. On the other hand, the 787-10 was launched about 7 years after the A350 program started. The A350-900 began commercial operations 3 years ahead of the stretched 787. Talking about size, both aircraft are quite similar, with the Dreamliner being slightly longer and the A350 slightly wider. They have the same maximum passenger capacity. When it comes to performance, the A350 is heavier, has more fuel capacity, and has more powerful engines. It can fly 2,000 nautical miles further than the 787-10. On the other hand, the Dreamliner's lower weight and fuel capacity may result in a more efficient fuel burn, which can lead to lower airport fees and operating costs, even if it means a reduction in range. It also offers the advantage of accommodating 4 additional LD3 cargo containers, which is beneficial for cargo operations. Boeing has received 215 orders for Dreamliner-10s, with notable customers including Etihad and Singapore Airlines. United Airlines recently committed to 100 Dreamliners, though the specific variants are unspecified, indicating potential growth in their -10 fleet. Looking at Airbus order data until the end of 2022, they have received a remarkable 750 orders for the A350. Singapore Airlines leads the pack with 65 orders, followed by Emirates with 50, Lufthansa with 45, and Qatar Airways with 34. United Airlines still has an outstanding order for 45 A350s, but there are doubts about their status. Air India's recent order will also impact the figures, but only slightly, as they have ordered 6 A350-900s and 27 787s without specifying the Dreamliner variants. When comparing the passenger experience, it's important to note that airlines determine factors like seat spacing, comfort, and in-flight entertainment, not the airframe manufacturer. However, there are some general aspects we can consider for these two aircraft. The Boeing 787 stands out with its large, dimmable windows, measuring about 10.6 by 18.5 inches. They provide passengers with a comfortable view of the outside world while still adjusting to different levels of brightness. However, cabin crew can remotely control and lock these windows, which some passengers may find inconvenient compared to conventional shades. On the other hand, the A350 has smaller windows with plastic shades measuring about 9.5 by 13.5 inches. When it comes to cabin layout and configuration, both Boeing and Airbus leave that decision to the airlines. The cabin width affects the number of seats per row, which can be more relevant in economy class. So, while both aircraft offer unique features, the passenger experience ultimately depends on how airlines choose to configure their cabins. In economy class, The Boeing 787-10 typically has a 333 seating layout, resulting in seat widths ranging from 17 to 17.5 inches. On the other hand, the A350-900 also tends to have a 333 configuration, but its slightly wider cabin allows for 18-inch wide seats. However, some airlines have managed to squeeze in a 10th seat, reducing the width to a cozy 16.5 inches. When it comes to range, the 787-10 has been criticized for being more of a regional aircraft compared to its shorter Dreamliner counterparts. It has the same fuel capacity as the -9 but cannot fly as far. While it may not excel in ultra-long-haul flights, it still has its merits and offers a comfortable flying experience. The aircraft brings cost-effectiveness to the table and enables airlines to operate routes that may have been less profitable before. Take, for example, British Airways flying from London Heathrow to Denver, Doha, Seattle, and Washington Dulles. All Nippon Airways connects Tokyo with cities in the Asia-Pacific region like Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh City, and Shanghai. Etihad, based in Abu Dhabi, serves destinations as far away as Jakarta, Manila, Kuala Lumpur, and Seoul with the 787-10. So, while it may not have the longest range, it still opens up exciting opportunities for airlines. United Airlines operates the -10 on routes like Los Angeles to Tokyo and New York to Tel Aviv. KLM flies to Atlanta, Cancun, Los Angeles, Mumbai, and Panama City with the 787-10. Interestingly, Vietnam Airlines primarily uses its -10s for shorter domestic routes, with the busy Hanoi-Ho Chi Minh route being a popular choice. While the A350 had faced some challenges with surface degradation, both aircraft are currently in good shape, especially since Airbus resolved its dispute with Qatar Airways. The Boeing 787 has encountered paint problems, although these haven't been as high profile as the A350's surface degradation dispute. Delivery problems have been a bigger challenge for Boeing, leading to a 2-year halt in deliveries due to quality control and manufacturing issues flagged by the FAA. However, Boeing has since resolved these issues and is now focused on increasing Dreamliner production to clear its backlog. When comparing the A350-900 and the 787-10, it appears that the A350 has the advantage in terms of capability, especially for longer routes. Its larger fuel tanks allow for a higher operating weight, enabling it to fly longer distances. However, the 787-10 still has a decent range and can cover considerable distances with a similar number of passengers and a bit more cargo capacity. There are rumors that Boeing might address its range by introducing an extended range or high gross weight variant in the future, but nothing has been officially announced yet. Now, the question arises, which aircraft is better? Well, it ultimately depends on how each airline plans to use these aircraft and their specific requirements. Factors like route network, passenger demand, and operational preferences all play a role in determining which aircraft would be the best fit for an airline's needs. So, what are your thoughts on this? Which aircraft do you think is better, the A350-900 or the 787-10? We'd love to hear your opinions, so please leave a comment and let us know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any suggestions or a certain topic to discuss for the next video.